Welcome everyone. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this knockout game. Last 16 of the Euros 24, England and Slovakia. It's now or never really. The group stages are over, so draws and poor performances are not going to cut it now, because if you do, you're out. So England have got to win this. The draw is opening up in front of them because Italy got knocked out, and as they've proved, they played poor and got well beaten. And if England do that today, they'll get well beaten as well. So the teams have been announced. I don't think it's all what we were expecting, because I think we were all expecting to see Cole Palmer playing instead of Bukayo Saka, but that's not the case. There is one change, and Mainu comes in for Conor Gallagher. So England's team is Pickford, but just saying, Pickford was watching on the TV, and it looked like he had a bit of a hand injury to his left hand, and he was walking off with one of the trainers and somebody else. So we'll just keep an eye on that and see if it's him who actually starts the game. But at the moment, it's Pickford, Trippier, Gehi, Stones, Walker-Rice, Mainu, Foden, Bellingham, Saka and Kane. So that's your starting lineup for England. Slovakia are unchanged after their last game. So it's Dubravka in goal, Hanko, Sriniar, he's the captain, Vavro, Pekarik, Duda, Lobotka, Kuka, Haraslin, Strelek and Schranz. So that's the two lineups. So has anyone got any comments on the two lineups? Is it what you're expecting? It isn't what I was expecting. I thought that Cole Palmer would be in, and he's not. And maybe Southgate's thinking is more of an impact sub a bit later on, maybe with a half an hour to go. Don't leave it while last second like he did a match or two ago. He's got to get him on early and give him a chance to be able to affect the game. That's the only thing I can think of. I would have started him personally, but he's not starting him, and that's just the way it is at the moment. So if you have got any comments about the team so far, what do you think of it? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I think England have got to put on a show today. They'll play Switzerland in the quarterfinals if they win this, after their great win against the Italians. So we've got to put on a show today. We can't afford another poor performance and scrape through with a 1-0, because that's not going to cut it. Not for the fans and not for the team. A couple of the team looked a bit disheartened after the last game. Jude Bellingham being one of them, and he's one of our main players. So we need a performance that gets the team going as well as all the fans. So as far as scores, I'm looking 2-3-0 at least. I'm looking for England to dominate the game. I'm looking for them to move and pass quicker than they have been. They've been a bit slow at times. I'm looking for Saka to get more into it. I'm looking for Bellingham to get into it more and get a bit more service to Harry Kane, because if they do, England will score goals. I'm looking at them to give Mainu a lot more of the ball as well. That should be good. He's fearless. He's young. He's fearless. He wants the ball, and he's creative, and he knows where the goal is as well, which is always a handy. If you're getting goals from all of your midfield, it's always a bonus. So we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff at the moment. Players are just going through their warm-up routines. Looks like it's pretty warm on the pitch there. But the pitch looks in good condition. Don't look like it's going to cut up like a few other pitches have. I guess it's just end of season pitches which can't be helped. But anyway, I'm looking for a 2 or 3-0. I prefer a 3-0 and England to really dominate this game. It'll give us all a boost, especially for that quarter final. It'll give the Swiss team something to think about as well, because at the moment they must be feeling pretty confident, especially if we put in another poor performance. They certainly will be feeling confident. So that's my thoughts I don't know if anybody else has got anything to the contrary, or they would have changed the team in another way. Just looking at Saka, he set that first goal up for Bellingham in the first game, but since then he hasn't been really getting into it, and I think that's because he's a left footer on the right side, and rather than being able to go down the outside and take his man on, his full back on, he tends to cut inside, and then the play breaks down. I would think that Slovakia are going to be the same as all the group games. They're going to put a lot of men behind the ball, and it'll be up to us to break them down. They'll be looking to hit us on the counter. There's no doubt about that. So we've got to be wary of that. I think we'll see a lot of the ball. It's just what we do with it. If get it down to Saka on the wings, get your midfield moving a bit more, quicker passing, quicker movement, supporting the man with the ball. I'm sure we'll have too much for him. I'm hoping we will anyway. That's the theory behind it all. So simply, Joy, this is an exciting game. It should be an exciting game, especially if we got off to a good start. It'd be great to get a goal early on. That would really be a boost for the team. It would be a boost for the confidence of the team as well. Hair23, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Great to see you. If you have just joined, don't forget to hit the like or the subscribe. Really does help the channel a lot. Hit the notification as well so that you don't miss further live watch-alongs. There's the quarter-final next Saturday. If we're through, I'll certainly be doing that. I think it's next Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, about 8 o'clock kickoff. So I'll be doing that, and certainly be doing some games during the regular season as well. So hit that like, hit the notification, and you won't miss any of these live watch-alongs. Don't forget to get involved. Give us your thoughts in the comments below. We can discuss them while we've got a bit of time, because it's still 10 or 12 minutes before the game kicks off, and we've got half time to discuss any comments. Even in game comments, we can mention them as we're watching the game if we're anything that's relevant. So I'm going for a 3-0. What do you think? 3-0 would be a great result. Let us know what you think. Harry Kane, I think he'll get a couple today. Simply Joy thinks what, 2-0? I'd settle for a 2-0, one in each half. Yeah, it'll be a good score, that, as long as we keep it tight and don't give any silly chances away, and we look like we've been solid all the way through the game. Yeah, I'd settle for a 2-0. As we've seen so far, there's none of the teams in the competition that are really tearing it up at the moment, except for maybe Spain. I mean, Germany won 2-0 last night, but they gave a lot of chances away, and with a bit of luck on the opposition's side, I mean, especially that goal that they scored, it was unlucky to be given offside, and then he go down the other end, and the same guy who had his goal disallowed gave away an handball, and again that was unlucky. So it could have gone the other way easily. So no one's really running away with it at the moment. Well, I think Spain, does it Spain play tonight? Should be worth watching. We'll see how they're doing. But we've got a pretty easy run through to the final if we can win this one tonight. The Dutch are still in it, but they haven't played their last 16 game yet. I mean, if they go out, I mean, there's no easy games at this time of the tournament, but you would expect what we've got in front of us, we should really beat. But we need a performance tonight. I'm just looking at Pickford now, just seeing whether he's going to play or not. No one said anything, so that hand injury can't be that bad. They maybe just strap it up and he'll be out there. I think there's a lot of praise being given to Mark Gahey at the moment. He's looked probably the best player in the team so far. He's been real solid at the back. I've been impressed with him. He's strong, he's quick, he reads the game well. I'd like to see Declan Rice just get forward a bit more, just support the attack like he does for Arsenal. He hasn't done it so far. He's been reluctant to get forward, and maybe that's Southgate not giving him a chance. Foden as well. He's got to get forward more. Do what he does for Man City. Get the ball into Harry Kane more. Give him more chances. Because he hasn't had the chances so far. And every time he's had the ball, it's always with his back towards goal, coming deep looking for the ball. And there's been two men on him. He needs a bit of space. He needs to be able to run onto balls. But anyway, we should be seeing the teams coming out soon for the preliminaries. Get your predictions in for the score. Who's going to be the first scorer? England, yeah. I mean, which player? There's plenty of England fans there again, even though they did throw cups at Southgate at the end of the last game, but there's still less support in the side. So teams are just coming out of the changing rooms into the tunnel now. Harry Kane there, just with the pendant in his hand. The pennant, isn't it? Mm. Oh, well, she can't get it because she's not with what do you call him anymore. She's not in the team, is he? Eric Dyer's not in the England team anymore, so she wouldn't been able to get one anyway. There was talk of Eric Dyer being back in the team before the Euros, yeah, because we were struggling for defenders. But then Southgate brought Duncan Gahey into the side and instead of Eric Dyer, yeah. Probably rightly as well. I mean, Eric Dyer's time has been and gone, I think. Anyway, the teams are in the tunnel. The flags and whatever are all out in Gelsenkirchen. Substitutions just taking their places before the teams come out and go through the national anthems. 5 minutes before kick-off. Simply, Joy thinks Harry Kane's going to score the first. So do I. He's got to. So come on, England. Let's do this. Can't afford a poor performance today. Can't afford to. You lose today, you go home. It's all or nothing now. Dubravka and Trippier just sharing a handshake and a hug. Obviously, they know each other from Newcastle days. Pickford's there, so his hand injury can't be that bad. The way he was laid on the ground holding his hand and his wrist, I thought, he's injured, he's not going to be playing, we'll have to change him, but he's there. Anyway, the teams are coming out now. Let's get this started. All the mascots there waiting to take the hand of the players as they walk past. Simply Joy loves the footballers' jackets, yeah, and I do. I've never seen them for sale in the shops, those jackets. Bet they're not cheap as well. I think the shirts were going for about £120 each. It's not cheap, that is it? Still plenty of Southgate masks in the crowd. Lots of England flags all the way around the ground. It looks more populated with England fans than anybody. But anyway, it's the Slovakia national anthem first. Thanks for joining us. If you just joined us, don't forget to hit the like button. Really does help the channel grow. And get your comments in before the game starts if you want. Let us know what you think. What do you think to the team? Is it the right team? Cole Palmer's not starting. Not sure about that one, but it is what it is. You got any ideas on the score? England have got to put in a performance today. It's either that or go home. Must be a long national anthem, this Slovakian national anthem. There, that's that one done. Time for the England national anthem. Well, the guys are singing away anyway, which is good to see. They're all with it together. Declan Rice is really belting it out there. You'd think Pickford as a goalkeeper would be quite tall, but he looks shorter than Harry Kane, which is unusual. Unless Harry Kane's 6'5". Right, that's the preliminaries over with. They're just clearing the pitch and then we'll get started. No one with a comment yet. Thanks to the guys on X for tuning into this live watch along. Hope you're enjoying yourself, guys. Just waiting for the advertisements to finish on the TV so we can get back to the game. Looks like just about ready to go. England are playing a 4-2-3-1 as usual. Let's just hope they can support Kane. Get Foden and Bellingham a bit further forward. Get them supporting Harry Kane so he's not left on his own all the time. That's why I thought they might have started Cole Palmer. But if Saka's not playing well, then Southgate's has got to have the cojones to get him off early, not leave it while late. Slovakia are playing a 4-3-3. All the players are just lined up now. ready to go. Pickford and Ramsdale just sharing a good luck handshake and hug before the game starts. Slovakia to kick off in this first half. Away we go. Goes all the way back to the keeper, Dubravka. He rolls it out. England pushing up, but not too far at the moment. Let him have the ball that deep. He plays a ball into the halfway line. Mainu comes to challenge and the ball goes backwards. Bellingham trying to put a bit of pressure on, but they're going down this left-hand touch line, but it goes over the head of the hand court and it goes up for a throw to England. Goes out to Gehi from Pickford. They're pushing up Slovakia, and it goes back to Pickford, who may have to go long because Slovakia are right on the edge of the area. So he does go long to Harry Kane, who gets a push in the back for his troubles, but he's won the ball. A few ricochets, but it goes to Rice, who plays it across to Trippier and to Foden, but he's pressurised and goes back to Trippier. Back to Gehi, who goes across to the right-hand side to Stones. He goes back to Gehi on the left. Slovakians are pushing right up again, getting the press on early. And from the goalkeeper, it goes to Stones. He gives it back to the goalkeeper, so Pickford's got it in his own box again. It goes across to the right, goes to Walker, who brings it down and gives it back to Stones. It goes back to Pickford. Pickford drives one down the line. Bellingham wins the header, tries to get it to Harry Kane, but it didn't have the legs to get there, and it's cut out and played down the right-hand side. Pekarik tries to swap passes with his man on the touchline, but overruns it and puts it out for a throw to England. Stones has it now. To Walker, just inside his area. He plays it down the right-hand side to Bellingham, who's got a bit of space. He's running forward towards the halfway line. Gives it to Saka, who has to go backwards to Walker. He plays a ball across to the left-hand side to Foden. No, it's Trippier. Trippier brings it down and gives it to Foden. Gets it back from Foden, Trippier. Rice in the middle to Mainu. Rice again. Trippier. It's forced backwards, and that's left a man short as Gehi has left him short. Gehi went in for the tackle, upended his man and got a card for that, and that's because of a poor pass back to Gehi that left him in no man's land. He had to make the tackle, and he's got a yellow card in the first 3 minutes, which was going to put a lot of pressure on him. That's poor by England. So Slovakia have a free kick about 7 or 8 yards inside the England half on the right-hand side. I think the Slovakians are looking to slow the game down. They're not in any hurry to play this free kick. Srinar is right up there. The ball is played long into the England box. The ball was won by, looks like it was Kuka who won it. But he was diving forward and the ball just skimmed off his knee and went out for a dead ball. Rice has the ball now. He's got Gehi inside to Mainu, deep inside his own half. Gives it to Walker. Walker played it down to Saka, but Saka was under pressure. He tried to flick it inside, but lost the ball. And the Slovakians have picked it up. Walker wins the pass wins the loose ball again, but they've got away with it down the left-hand side. Haraslin is cutting inside now. He gives it to his man on the outside. It goes for the far post. Pickford makes a dive. The ball's wide and goes for a dead ball. That was Hanko that was overlapping there. Even England leaving themselves short. Walker was cut up field. And Hanko wasn't actually looking for a cross. He was trying to put it in the far side. Pickford had it covered if it had been on target. But it went a yard and a half wide of the post. Stones has the ball inside his own penalty area, and the Slovakians are pushing right up. They're not giving England any space. But it's gone down the left-hand side now. Menu to Rice. But he's pressured. They're pressured every time they've got the ball, and they're having to go backwards for England. It's whether the Slovakians can play this pressure game right through for 90 minutes. It's hard work. Ball goes long to Saka on the right-hand side. He's brought the ball down and he's got a chance to go around his man, and he has done. He's got to the byline. He puts a cross in to Bellingham. Bellingham tries a little jink, had the ball taken off him, but Saka still has it on the edge of the area. He's looking to put a ball in. Menu has it. He flicks it through to Saka, and there's tackle just before he could get his shot away. And then Menu goes in for a challenge and is penalised, and he's given him a yellow card. No, it was Saka. Was it Saka? I thought it was Menu. This referee certainly likes to give the yellow cards away. He's putting a lot of pressure on himself. It was Menu. It was Menu got it. Yeah, it was Menu. I was right. Saka was just protesting. He did stand on his foot as he went to make the challenge, but it's a nothing challenge. That's just, it's petty by the referee. I think we've got 2 England players on yellow cards early in the half now. Harry Kane putting the pressure on the keeper. He's having to go backwards to look at drive the ball down the right-hand side. It's like Trippier wins the header. Bellingham's trying to put a bit of pressure on. Foden putting the pressure on, and the ball goes back to Dubravka. He just managed to drive it down the middle, but it's picked up by Saka. He plays it forward, but it's cut out. Slovakia have a man across to the right, and they're breaking down the right-hand side. Rice is covering there. The ball's played in to the middle. There's a shot that's blocked. Another shot. It wasn't struck that well. It just bobbled across the 6-yard box and eventually went out for a throw and a dead ball. And Pickford never really had to make a save there. But the Slovakians are able to make progress on England by going down the wings. The full-backs are overlapping and they're giving them a chance to get balls into the box. And Pickford has the ball at the moment. He gives it to Gehi. But the Slovakians are very deep. They're right on the edge of our box. Menu to Walker. Walker just let it run away from him a bit there. I think Duda didn't appreciate Walker giving him a little push, but Walker has the ball down the line now inside to Saka, but he's pushed backwards. But his player was pressurising him, dropped off as soon as he got to the halfway line. They're not putting any pressure on until they get to the halfway line, but Bellingham has it now, halfway inside. He plays it all the way across to Trippier. Trippier, right-footed shot. Well, that's only gone 60 yards over the bar. Obviously, yeah, I think 60 yards over the bar would just be about right. Tried to side foot it and just got completely underneath it. But the best move England put through so far. Slovakians take the ball short. I think that's Gehi who won a header there in the centre. Bellingham Trippier trying to put pressure on, but they've got the ball down the line, on the halfway line. They played it across to the middle, but that's gone straight to Saka. He gives it to Mainu. He's got Rice, and Bellingham picks it up now. He's got Trippier outside of him. Foden tight to the line, gives it back to Trippier. He has to go backwards to Gehi, who plays it across to Stones. He plays it inside to Saka, man on him immediately. Gives a poor ball to Mainu, but he manages to keep control of it and gets it through. Harry Kane on the edge of the box lost it between his feet, but he's got it outside to Walker, who was close to the dead ball line. Gets across, but it's nowhere near an England player. It's headed out, but it's picked up again by Trippier. And then Rice across to Mainu. Mainu plays it across to Walker. Saka wants it on the outside. He's got a bit of space now on the touchline. Comes in on his left foot though, which slows things down. Walker on his right foot. He's going to get it to Mainu. That's a poor ball by Rice. I don't know what he was thinking of there. He tried to chip it into the box, but the Slovakians easily see that out as it just floats into nowhere. I think there was a couple of chances there where the ball was on the edge of the box and he had a chance to have a shot, and no one's taking the responsibility for that one. Dubravka's got the short ball from the dead ball. He drives it into the centre. And that's down the line. And Walker's been caught out. And he's in the box now. Is he going to score? No, he's not. It went... I think it got a bit of a deflection, and Pickford was beaten there as the ball bobbled past him. But I think Trippier came in and managed to clear it away. But Bellingham's been... Well, Bellingham's been... he's been punished for a free kick there that wasn't a free kick. But Walker again was caught out by... Yeah, it was Trippier that got it off the line as harassing. Harassing was the man who got beyond Walker. Gehi managed to block Harassing's shot, but it bobbled past Pickford and was almost going in. But Trippier managed to get a clearance. But now they have that free kick. Harassling again is going to take this. It's just to the left of the England penalty area. He's got his hand up. He's going to take an in-swinger by the looks of things, which he does. It's gone deep, but Stones gets the header out. It bounces over one of the Slovakians' heads, who Foden brings it down, and he's cut down, and there's a yellow card. He don't like it. He keeps shouting no, no. But I'm afraid that Cooker is in the book. And it was a chop down from behind. Mainu has the ball in the middle. Free kick was taken short. It goes out to Gehi, who goes out to Trippier on that right-hand touchline. They certainly are pushing up on England. England wanted the ball as it's played forward to Foden. He's got the run on his man, across the inside, and it's coming across to Saka, but the defender gets there and puts it out for a throw on the right-hand side. Good ball by Foden, but I think he could have taken it on. He had the space. He'd gone past his man. But anyway, Walker has the ball on the right-hand side, but he's going backwards, and the ball goes to the halfway line where Stones gets it across. And then Gehi, Trippier, Foden just inside the Slovakian half. Back to Trippier, all the way across to Stones. The Slovakians are pushing in on him. But they play around the press. Stones has it still. Across to the left to Gehi. And then to Trippier on the left. Inside to Foden. Foden's pushed off the ball and is given a free kick. And that's Cooker again. He's going to watch himself. Just been booked as Cooker. England take the free kick short. Across to Walker on this right hand side. To Saka. He's certainly got a man straight on him. As soon as he gets the ball, he's had to go back to Walker. And there's no space up front. As soon as they get the ball, England, they're under pressure straight away and they're having to go backwards every time. They're looking for the ball forward, but no space at the moment. Trippier gets it on the right-hand side, but he's closed down. Gehi gets it. Into Meno in the middle. He gives it to Stones. Looking for a pass, but there's no movement at the moment. Walker gets it to the right. He has to go backwards because there's nothing in front of him. Rice is pressured. It's going further and further back. Stones has it. Almost on the edge of his penalty area. Gives it to Rice again. And it goes back to Pickford. That's the Slovakian press for you. Gehi has it. He goes across to Stones in the centre. He plays a long ball forward. Well, that's too far, is that? Saka's not going to get that. And that's gone for a throw near the right-hand corner flag. Chance for England to put the pressure on them, hem them in this corner here and try and win the ball back as the ball is thrown. And Bellingham gets a yellow card in the centre of the pitch. And England have got to be careful here. That's 3 yellow cards in the first 15 minutes. As Haraslin put the ball through Walker's legs and was able to run into the middle where Bellingham made the challenge. Probably did deserve that. Probably did. Anyway, the free kick is to Slovakia, just inside their half. 2 or 3 yards inside. Ball is played forward down the centre. Walker gets up, wins the header. Saka has it. He loses it trying to pass the ball forward. Meno tries to make a challenge, but it's passed across to the right-hand side now. Pekarik has it, but he's pressurised. Has to go backwards, and then it goes across to the number 14, Srina. He goes forward down this left-hand side. Gets the ball back. Pressurised by Meno, but he gets the ball to Hanko, but he's had to go back because he's pressured as England push forward. Tried to play the ball down the left, but Walker's got that one covered this time, and he plays the ball across to Pickford. And Gehi comes out. Trippier drills one right across the box to Walker. He gives it to Bellingham. And it's all walking pace again. We wanted fast, decisive passing and movement, but we're not getting it. Walker has the ball. He's got Saka in a bit of space on this right-hand side. He's got a chance to run at his man, but he's double-teamed straight away and has to go back to Meno. Gives the ball inside to Rice. Manages to hold his man off. Walker goes across to Trippier, but he's not going to win a header across there. It is headed out, and England do have the throw. Trippier throws it into Rice. Meno's in the middle. He's got the ball. Drifting across to this right-hand side. He plays it all the way across to Saka. Saka's got a chance to run at his man again, but they're double teaming him again. On the edge of the box, coming inside. Plays it to Rice. Gives it to Foden, who goes outside to Trippier. Goes back to Rice. Plays a ball inside for the run of Bellingham, but it's cut out, headed out. And they play the ball down the right-hand side of Slovakia. That's a poor header by the England defence. They managed to pick the ball up, but Rice goes in, a nice tackle in the middle. He wins the ball. It runs out to the centre of the pitch, but I think that Slovakians are going to put the ball out while Kuka has the chance to get some treatment. It's a strong challenge by Rice, but a fair challenge. He won the ball easily. I think he might have just caught Kuka on the follow through. It looks like he's okay. He's just limping a bit, but he's got up now and he's going to try and run that one off, I would guess. After 20 minutes, it's still 0-0. We try to play a ball out to the right-hand side, but it's floated over the Slovakian's head and it goes for a throw to England, but the ball has gone back to Pickford. And Stones. Mainu wants the ball in the middle and gets it. It goes all the way across to Trippier. He plays it down to Foden, but it goes back to Trippier again as he's pressurised. Gehi has it. And Stones. But it's all sideways again. Trippier on the left. As soon as the man comes to him, it goes backwards. Stones. Across to Walker on the right. Saka, but he's pressurised and loses the ball straight away. And the Slovakians have it back, but again, they're pressurised and lose it. And then Walker's given it away. Luckily, Stones picked up the loose ball and he's running forward now. And Trippier down on the right-hand side, left-hand side. Comes inside to Mainu in the centre. Cross to Walker. Mainu again. Across to Trippier. Again, Trippier gets the ball and goes backwards. To Rice. Rice goes backwards. To Gehi. To Stones. Back to Gehi. Trippier has it and plays the ball down the line to Foden. Can he make it before it goes dead? He could have done, but he's overran it. And the Slovakians pick the ball up. Try and play it down the line, but Rice has cut it out. He's given it to Bellingham on the edge of the box. He goes past his man. He almost went over. Plays it inside. Appealing for a penalty is Foden. That may be looked at, but Trippier has the ball on the edge of the box. He puts a corner in, a cross in, that's headed out by the defender for a corner. But I'm sure that appeal for a penalty will be looked at by VAR. I don't think so. I think there was a bit of a nudge in the back, but I don't think he'll give a penalty for that. I think England will have to settle for the corner. Yeah, Harry Kane winning the header, heading it into the back of the defender, and then it goes out for this corner, which Trippier is going to take from the right-hand side, so it'll be a right-footed outswinger. England putting a bit of pressure on now at last. Take it short and it's swung in. It's flicked up by the defender. It's still in the air. And Mainu has a shot. Just loops over the bar. It's a good effort with his right foot. But it was a couple of yards over the bar. Struck it well enough. Just a couple of yards wide. High. Good to see Mainu getting into it. He's played well so far. England putting the pressure on. The ball is back with Dubravka, who has to play it long. Gehi wins the header, but he plays it into the middle and gives the ball away. Haraslin on his left-hand side now. He's waiting for support. Comes inside. Goes through into the middle to Haraslin again. Lobotka has seen a lot of the ball. He's just played it inside, but the pressure on is making them go backwards, as England have done. They've played it across this right-hand side to Varo. He plays it down the right-hand side. Gehi's going to get up, but he's beaten for the ball. And the Slovakians have picked it up and have got men over here. And he's in on goal here, and he's a goal, and he's scored. Schranz has scored for Slovakia. And what we said about getting those men down the wings there on overloading has paid off for them, because they've got through, and he slotted it into the right hand side of the goal, and Slovakia are a goal up. Just what England didn't want. And Gahey was beaten for the ball, that's what happened, and then was caught on his heels as he didn't follow his man in. Schranz ran past him. He went up for the original header, did Gahey, didn't win the header, and then was slow to recover. And Schranz just has to side foot it into the goal past Pickford. That's poor defending by England, and Gahey was caught out there, as Walker has been on the other side. Well, that was unexpected, and England have really got to pull something out now. Looks like Saka might have picked up an injury. He's being treated there by the England physios. No, it's Gahey. He's been told he has to go off for it. I think he's holding his shoulder, so maybe. He's been led to the touchline, maybe for some treatment on his right shoulder by the looks of things. Well, England have got to hit back quick. I'm sure the Slovakians would love to go to half-time 1-0 up now. So it's up to England to do something. Because again, this first half, they've been poor. Side to side, not winning the ball. The Slovakians have put all the pressure on when they've needed to. And England have created very little. England have the ball deep inside their own half. It comes out to the right to across to the left to Gahey. Stones is going to get the ball back. No, he isn't. It goes to Pickford. He gives it to Stones. He's got Walker to his right and forward. But it goes back to Stones. And this is England's problem. Side to side, but nothing forward. He gives it to Mainu, who gives it back to Stones, who's going to give it back to Mainu again. Back to Stones. There's nothing. There's no running in front. There's no penetration. There's no pass and go. It's poor. Stones has the ball again. Rice comes inside for it and runs forward. He gives it to Trippier, but he goes back to Gahey, who's going to come across to Stones again. Walker. There's no movement. You can see all the England players up front. There's no movement. There's no one making runs. Everybody's virtually stationary, and that's why the ball isn't going forward. There's no one to give it to. Gahey gets the ball back from Trippier, and Stones has it again, exactly where he's had it for the last 6 or 7 passes, deep inside his own half. Rice has it. He's going to go to Trippier. Trippier isn't pressurised. It's Foden this time who isn't pressurised. But again, he goes backwards to Gahey, and Stones has it. Stones still has it. He plays the ball across to Saka that's cut out, and Slovakia have got a chance to, well, they had a chance to break, but England have won it back through Bellingham. He's running across the pitch, turns inside, and plays it out to Saka. He's immediately got a pressure on. Tackle's put in, but England win the throw. Saka to take it, goes back to Walker, given to Bellingham. Bellingham goes back to Stones. Bellingham again. Plays the ball across to Trippier. But Trippier's got a man on immediately. Foden has lost it though on the edge of the box. The ball was played into him, but his control wasn't the best. Gave the defender the chance to get a foot in, which he did. England winning it back. Trying to. They have done. As the header is put out for a throw. It's thrown onto the halfway line to Stones. Cross to Walker. Trippier is free on the left-hand side. It's not going there. Gahey turns and plays it inside to Foden, but it's too long for Foden. Defender plays it back to Dubravka. Harry Kane presses him, and because of that, Dubravka plays the ball out for a throw to England. Trippier to take it. Again, it's all stationary. He has to go backwards because no one in the midfield or up front are making any runs for him. So it has to go backwards. Slovakians are pushing up and England are going backwards. Gahey has it. Trippier now. He has to go backwards because there's no one again. Bellingham to Saka, but he's done nothing with the ball when he gets it. He keeps coming inside and gives it to Bellingham again. Mainu back to Bellingham. The ball goes down the line to Saka. He's got a chance to run that to the box and he goes it to the back post where Foden was coming in but couldn't reach it. It was over his head. The ball's kept in and Foden has it again to Harry Kane on the edge of the box. He puts a cross in, but it's too deep. Goes over Saka's head and it's a dead ball. Harry Kane puts the ball into the back post, but just too high for Saka, who's not known for his heading. That's well over his head. He had no chance of getting that one. Cole Palmer sat there. He should be on by now. It's the fourth game that Bukayo Saka's had, and he's done nothing in any of them. You'd have thought that Cole Palmer had the run of it by now, but he hasn't. Ball's played forward, but too far for Foden. England trying to put a bit of pressure on now. Bellingham's trying to put a bit of pressure on. So is Foden. He's chasing him down. Manages to turn and drive it all the way down to Stones inside the England half. He brings it under control, gives it to Gahey. And gives it back to Stones. Trippier. Foden, Trippier. Rice makes a run. It's cut out as the ball's played forward. Slovakia down that right hand side of theirs. But the ball's picked up by England. Mainu has it. Right in the middle of the pitch, just inside England half. Gives it to Rice, who drives the ball to the right. To Saka. He brings it down on his chest, but he's immediately pressurised. He went over and no foul given. But England do win the ball back through Mainu. Harry Kane tries to find Bellingham with the ball through the middle. It's cut out, but Harry Kane has the ball back again. Centre circle where Rice is. Across to Trippier on the left. Foden comes inside, gives it to Bellingham, or gives it outside to Trippier. Inside to Bellingham again. He's running forward. He's taking him on. He's in the box. He's in the box to the byline. Puts the ball over, but it's blocked and out for an England corner. Bellingham just trying to make things happen now, taking the men on and going past them. Good play by Bellingham. It was Pekaric who managed to get the block in. But Trippier's going to take a right-footed in-swinger. And it comes now. It's a close one. Front post where Vavro manages to get his head on the ball and put it out for another corner. Trippier again from the same side, right-footed in-swinger. In again. The referee spotted some pushing at that near post. Has given a free kick to Slovakia. I don't know what he exactly saw. I didn't see anything. No, didn't see anything at all. Maybe he's punished Stones, but I don't know what he did. But he's managed to relieve the pressure for Slovakia, and with 35 minutes gone, it's not very good. The referee's very political. You might be right. I don't know where he's from, but he's not been very good so far. The ball's drilled down from that free kick, but I think the assistant has given offside. England take it quick to Rice, deep in his own half, across to Stones. Walker's wide, inside to Menu. Menu's running forward. Plays a ball down the inside right channel to Saka. He can't reach that, and it goes through to Dubravka. Dubravka's going to take his time. 10 minutes to half time. Slovakia winning 1-0. They're going to be very happy with this. Dubravka plays it long to the right hand side. Gearhe goes up, wins the header. Foden didn't know where it was. But England win a throw out of it. On the left hand side, just inside the Slovakian half. The ball's gone all the way back, and it ended up with Pickford. How did that happen? Rice picks it very deep inside the England half. And the Slovakians are not really putting a challenge in until England get a bit closer to the halfway line. They're happy to keep it tight once England get the ball in their half. Pickford to Stones. Stones is going to go back to Pickford because there's no one there. This is awful at the moment. Pickford has to go long. To Saka. I mean, how's Saka going to win a header like that? Gearhe to Menu, just off of the halfway line. Inside to Saka, but the ball's cut out, but Menu wins the ball back. Gives it forward to Bellingham. He plays it out to the right and then runs around his man and picks up himself, but then he's held off the ball. That's got to be a free kick for England. And Duda's holding his chest and saying, "Who, me? Who, me? You had your arms round him. Look, holding him off. He can't get to the ball because you've got him by his shoulder." So it's a free kick to England. It's level with the edge of the box, but it's out wide on the right-hand touchline. Foden's going to take this one left-footed, swing it in. Here comes a free kick. It's a high one. It's swung in nicely. Headed out by the Slovakians, but it comes out to the edge of the box. Walker has it. It's played into the box again. Rice goes up for the ball. Goalkeeper challenges, punches it. And it goes all the way back to Rice. To Walker. I think the game's been stopped as an injury. And I think this is a tactics of the Slovakians. Once they're under a bit of pressure, feign a couple of injuries, slow the game down, the momentum of England down a bit. Because just looking at the number 3, Vavro, who's gone down injured, well, he never got touched. No one touched him. So this is one of their tactics to slow the game down, take the momentum out of the game, which is exactly what they want. Just showing that goal again of the Slovakia. It was Gehi who was ball watching that didn't pick his runner up. And you would have expected a reaction from England, but there hasn't been one so far. Half chances, but nothing clear cut. They haven't had a clear cut shot on goal yet. I'm sure the England fans are not happy with this. They expected a reaction from the England team, but there hasn't been one. And I think that's down to Southgate and his selection again. He's picking the players who haven't done anything for the team so far, giving them another chance. Saka's not done it. The Slovakians have got a good shape at the moment, and England are finding it difficult to find any space to get through them. Goes to the left-hand side to Trippier. He gives it to Foden, but again, the man's on him as soon as he gets the ball, and he's forced backwards to Gehi, and then to Stones again, and he's having to go backwards to Gehi. Inside to Trippier, then to Foden on the left-hand side. He has to cut inside on his left foot. Still has the ball, gives it to Menu. He gives it to Walker, who's come inside. And Foden turns and puts a ball across to, I think that was Trippier who had made the run, but the ball was just a bit too far in front of him and runs out for a dead ball. It's a good run, but it was just hit too far in front of him. Bellingham trying to get the crowd into this game, but the only way they're going to get the crowd into the game is to best start playing some football. Dubravka takes a dead ball. Gehi has managed to shepherd his man out, and England get the throw halfway inside their own half on the left-hand side. It's back with Pickford and Stones. Stones have seen a lot of the ball, but deep inside our own half. Ball's played down the line to Saka, but he can't keep the ball in. Slovakians have a throw on this left-hand side, level with their own box. It's thrown down the line. Stones wins the header. A wayward ball by Slovakia goes out to the left-hand side where Trippier picks up. Inside to Rice. He's pressurised immediately. Goes back to Gehi. Across to Stones. He's pressurised immediately and has to go backwards. And he's fouled as he tries to turn. Duda. He just chopped him. Just chopped his back leg away. I mean, if that isn't a yellow card, I don't know what is. Ball goes back to Pickford, who's well out of his goal. He plays it across to Gehi. Gets it to Trippier on the halfway line, but Trippier go backwards. What's the point in giving it to him if he's going to go backwards? You know, look forward. To Walker. Inside to Saka. He's fouled immediately. And they're getting away with all these free kicks though. Whereas we had bookings early on, they haven't. Stones to Walker. Across to Gehi. He just lobs it forward into the middle, hoping that Foden can get it, but he can't. The ball's picked up by Slovakia. Gehi wins a header Plays it to Trippier, who gets the ball back to Gehi, and then gets it back from Gehi. Trippier swaps passes with Foden. Stones in the middle. Slovakians press up. And Trippier goes backwards again. Don't like to pick on Kieran Trippier, but every time he gets the ball, he stops any forward momentum. As we have 3 minutes of added on time, as Bellingham picks the ball up in the centre, and he's badly fouled there, and that's given a free kick. And it's a yellow card there. To number 14, Srina. So that's his first yellow card. Free kick's taken anyway. Trippier has it on the far side, inside to Menu. He gives it to Foden. Back to Menu. Inside to Walker. Stones. And Bellingham on the inside right position. Gets it across to Saka. He turns inside and has his leg taken away from underneath him. Hanko takes him out this time. England have a free kick level with the edge of the Slovakian box on this right hand side. Foden's going to take a left footed in swinger again. With a minute and a half to go, England really could do with the equaliser here. Free kick now. It's swung in. Dubravka punches to the edge of the box. Saka wins the ball back. Harry Kane was offside, so couldn't go for it, and the ball is cleared. Trippier brings it down, plays it inside to Menu, who's got a chance to run forward. He's on the edge of the box now. He has a shot. Was it deflected, or did he just drag it wide? I think he just dragged it wide. Good play by Menu. Was willing to take a couple of men on and run forward. It was deflected, so it's a corner. Foden's going to take it. Left-footed away swinger. With 30 seconds to go of this first half. Can England create a chance? Foden swings it in. It's a free header. Goes over Harry Kane's head. It's picked up at the back by Menu, who gives it inside to Gehi. He turns, hits a left foot shot that's blocked, but it goes back out to Menu again. He's got a chance to go down the wing and puts in a ball that's headed out. Foden has it on the left now. He puts the ball inside to Rice. Tries to cross it. The ball is blocked and it goes out for a corner. Have England got time to take it? Foden's going to take it as quick as he can. Because that's the 3 minutes up. It's taken again. Harry Kane free. Fluffs his shot. The referee's seen another foul. I mean, what is he actually seeing here? Well, that's what he's seen. Phil Foden just Stones has just done a karate throw in the middle of the box, which is pretty poor. When Harry Kane had a chance of a shot, we'll go to the half time with that one. 1-0 down, and that's been a poor half by England. They've had a lot of possession, but really created only half chances, and they've been hit with a sucker punch by the Slovakians, who've really only had one effort on goal, but they've put it in, and we're a goal down, and it's been poor by England. Don't know if anybody's got a comment on that half. Hair 23, what kind of referee is that? I don't know where he's from. I'll have to look it up, but he's been a bit pedantic at times, giving fouls where there isn't fouls and then letting fouls go that way. But Southgate's got some serious thinking to do now because that's again has not been good enough. We've had no movement up front. It's been backwards and forwards across our defence and not going forward. We need the ball forward. We need quick, decisive passing and movement off the ball. But we've said that for the last 3 games. It's not happened. And it's not happened this one. There'll be calls for Cole Palmer to come on, I'm sure. Because Saka has had a poor game again. But I can't really name a England player that's had a really good game at the moment. So what do you think to the game so far then? Get your comments in while we can discuss them at half time. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed the stream so far. It will help the channel. And subscribe if you can. Hope you're enjoying things so far, even though the game is not all that we expected. We expected a reaction after the last game from England, and it's not been there, I'm afraid. And Southgate's going to have to make changes, and sooner rather than later. Foden's has been ineffective on the left-hand side again, and so has Saka. So what's Southgate going to do about it? He's going to give Cole Palmer a full half. He has to, I think. I think he's got to take Saka off. Let's see what the pundits think of it, but I think they'll think the same thing as I have. It's been pretty poor by England again. If we lose this game, we're out. We're on the way home. And then they really will get some stick. And I think if we lose this game, Southgate will resign pretty quickly. And, England need a best of Sweet Caroline just to get them going again, maybe. Yeah, I'll do. Back in a second. Just get myself a drink to help with the throat. It's been so poor so far. I've had to resort to the amber nectar. I think Gary Neville's thinking the same as I am. The Slovakians are pushing so deep when we have the ball in our own half that there must be space behind. We just need the runners. And Gary Neville wants Trent Alexander-Arnold on. I think one of our problems is Kieran Trippier, that you've got a right-footed player playing at left back, and every time he gets the ball, he stops the ball and then plays it straight back again, and that's why John Stones has seen so much of the ball, because it's just up to Trippier, stop the ball, play it backwards. There's no forward momentum. Every time Saka gets the ball, he's got a man straight in his back, and the ball has to go backwards every time. There's been no energy in it. It's been so slow. You can see when Stones and Gehi get the ball and they're looking forward, and they have to swap passes between each other because there's no outball from, because there's no one making runs. It's lethargic and it's poor. Everything that we didn't want from England, we're getting again. And this is not the performance of a team that were pre-tournament favourites. This is not the performance of a team that are going to get through this round. I would certainly get Cole Palmer on for this second half. Has anybody got any ideas regarding substitutions? Because we can't let this go on. You can't give it 15 minutes second half and see if it works out, because it's not working out, and it's not worked out for 4 games now. Get it changed at half time. England done the same thing over and over again for 4 games. I think it's both of them here, 23. Lack of effort and tactics, and they look like they're getting tired, but they shouldn't be. But they do look it, because I think what it is they just run out of ideas. They don't know what to do. They're all looking around and thinking, who can do something? Tell us what to do, and nobody is. I mean, if even Harry Kane, we've barely mentioned his name. I think they're all lacking in a bit of confidence now, and they shouldn't be. If we could just get the equaliser, I'm sure you'd seen suddenly a big change in confidence in the team. It would flood through them, but you haven't looked like scoring. That's the problem. You haven't created a clear-cut chance. Pineapple and raspberry cider. It's nice, that, you know. It is nice. Nice with a bit of ice. Keeps the throat lubricated, because it'll get a bit dry doing this. Thanks if you've just joined us. If you've been with us for the full half, what do you think? Is there any way back for us? I think there is, but the team just look so lacking in confidence now. Only them can change it on the pitch now, though. It's up to them. I mean, they should be looking at this draw and thinking, what a chance we've got of getting all the way through to the final with all the other teams being knocked out. And are we going to be another statistic? Are we going to get knocked out? I think our Southgate, I've been giving them the hairdryer treatment at the moment. The hairdryer treatments, hand it out, Southgate. Are you man enough to do it? That's the thing. You're always too nice with them. If I was him, I would change our wide man. I'd have Anthony Gordon on for Foden because Foden's not done it, and I'd bring Cole Palmer on for Saka. Let's talk about bringing Trent on, but you can't take Mano off because he's probably been the only midfielder who's shown an ounce of any creativity. So I would leave him on. Especially as the game gets stretched in the second half, you might find there's a bit more space. This makes me laugh. Needs Grealish there. You know what? You're probably right. He should have been with the team. It's crying out for someone like him now to take the game to them, to get ourselves free kicks, to just be more direct, and he's not there. And he should have been probably. Yeah. Spain and Georgia later on tonight. Yeah, that should be a good game. I'm watching that. And France and Belgium tomorrow, so one of them two is going to go out, and an Australia and Turkey. And the teams are coming out for the second half. There's a few. Oh, it's a Leeds United shirt flag there. Look, there was one there that said Cole Palmer. Let's see if they've made any changes. For no Southgate, he won't. He'll leave it for 15 or 20 minutes, and that's just going to be time wasted. Let's see if he's got the cojones to do what's needed. Just looking at the team, they don't look convincing, do they? They don't look like they really feel like they could make this game turn around and win it. They just don't look like it. We shall see. Yeah, the time is now 45 minutes to save their bacon. Here we go. Pickford drives it forward. Harry Kane can't get to that ball. Gahey brings it down in the middle, flicks it up, plays it forward, but it's cut out, and play the ball down the left-hand side of the Slovakian half, but it's cut out. Walker cuts it out. He gets it to Saka. Goes back to Walker again. He has to go back to Stones, who plays it back to Pickford. He's going to have to drive it forward, is he? No, he doesn't. He gets it wider to Trippier. Trippier goes back to Pickford. This time he has to do it's a fluffed kick. But England managed to get a bit of pressure on at the midfield and it didn't come to anything. Schranz has it on the edge of the box. Schranz gets it back again. He plays it on the inside. Foden's going to run this out, which he does, as the ball was played in towards the dead ball line. But England are getting on with this now. They know that the time is not theirs. Rice has the ball. Cross to Trippier. And as we thought, Southgate hasn't made any changes, which I'm surprised at. Meno in the middle is put pressure on. He gets it out to Walker though. He has to come inside. And then eventually goes back to Pickford. Pickford plays it to Rice in the middle. To Gehi. To Walker on the right hand side. To Saka, who immediately has the pressure put on him and loses it. There's a throw in, but I'm not sure was it to it. It looks like it's a Slovakian throw by the looks of things. Halfway inside their own half on the left hand side. It's played forward. Stones is beaten to the ball by the head, but it runs back to Pickford. Pickford's going to drive it forward across to Saka. He's not going to win a header, and he doesn't. Menu and Bellingham. Bellingham manages to get his foot in, puts out for a throw to Slovakia, just inside the England half. Ball goes back. All the way back to the keeper, Dubravka. He puts his foot through it. Menu comes to collect the ball. Gehi's fouled as he tries to knock it to him. And it's a free kick to England. Rice takes it to Trippier, to Foden. Back to Trippier. Back to Rice. Back to Menu. Across to Stones. He turns and gives it back across to Gehi and gives it back to Stones, but the ball's going backwards. They're playing it across the back four, but going backwards. Rice has it now, and eventually it goes back to Pickford, which was probably pretty predictable. Stones has it on the right hand side. He stops the ball, gives it to Walker, gets it back. Walker jogging forward, gives it inside. Harry Kane gets it from Saka. He gets it across to Trippier, who's in space now, and he hits. And is that in? Was Foden puts the ball in the back of the net from a scuffed cross from Trippier, and it looks like England have equalised. And that was better that time because Trippier had made the run down the outside. He'd made that overlapping run, and Harry Kane found him. I think it was Harry Kane or Bellingham found him in plenty of space. I think he went for the shot, but fluffed it, dragged it across. But then Foden was there just to tap it in, and England have the equaliser. A perfect reply. Harry Kane has the ball. Yeah, he gets it across to Trippier in so much space. And to be fair to Trippier, he did pick out Foden. He did play it across to him. He had a look and pilled it out to him. And Trippier found his man. And Foden, well, he had no one near him. And just turned it in with his left foot. Just what we wanted. And it looks like it's been disallowed. There's been a goal check and it looks like Foden was offside. Oh, that's so close. That is so close. Terrible. So England haven't equalised. So it's back to 1-0 down still. Harry Kane has the ball. It's on his own. Moving forward. He's got to bring the ball on the inside. Is he going to have a shot? He is. It's deflected and goes wide. As Dubravka was diving to the left, it was deflected and went just wide of his right-hand post. Harry Kane coming on the inside there. It was a scuffed shot, to be honest, that was deflected. It's a corner to England. Trippier to take a right foot in swinger. Right under the post, under the crossbar. Dubravka punches it out. It's helped on its way even further. Trippier helps it back to Walker. And the ball ends up with Pickford in the end. He plays it across to Trippier. Inside to Foden. It was a poor pass, to be honest, and it's cut out, but the deflection takes it to Gehi. And plays it across to Walker on the right hand side. Back to Rice on the left. No one in front of him, so he goes back to Walker. Tries to play a ball on the inside. It's deflected, but it goes out for an England throw. Saka has the ball. Menu comes inside, collects the ball. He's got a bit of space in front of him. Gives it to Rice. Rice coming forward. Looking for Saka, but the ball's cut out and by Duda, and it goes out for a throw on the right hand side. England putting a bit of pressure on now. Saka with the throw, but he wants to give it to Walker. So Walker's going to take the throw. He throws it into Harry Kane, who brings it under control. He gives it to Saka as he gets to the byline. Can't pull it back to an England man, and it's cleared out. But Menu picks it up on the edge of the box. He moves it across to Rice, but the ball is going backwards as the pressure is put on. Stones comes back inside and gives it to Gehi on the halfway line. He's got Rice wide of him. And Trippier, Foden's made the run down the line. He tries to give it to him, but it's overhit and it's cut out. The ball's hit all the way down this right hand side. Goes through to Pickford, who's out of his box. Gives it to Rice again. Goes back to Pickford. Stones gets it. He's coming across to Gehi on this left hand side. Trippier on the halfway line. He goes inside to Menu. He gives it to Bellingham. Bellingham goes wide to Walker. Walker's tripped as he tries to come inside. Nothing too drastic. Just a dangling foot there. Well, what's this? What happened there? I was seeing that foul, and all of a sudden the ball's almost in the back of the England net. As Pickford was... The ball was taken by Bellingham. Don't know, I think it was Stones who wasn't looking, let it run across the halfway line. It went straight to one of the Slovakians who tried to chip Pickford, and it was only just wide. Pickford wasn't getting there, it was over his head. Careless by England. If that had gone in, that would have been curtains. Pickford has the ball now. Stones. He's got Walker right, but he's immediately under pressure and has to go back to Pickford. He drives it forward. That ball's not going to be cut out, but Trippier couldn't get to it as it ran all the way through to the keeper, Dubravka. For 55 minutes, still a goal down. Stones wins the header. Saka brings it down. It's immediately challenged. Gets the ball backwards, but it was a short pass to Walker, who managed to win the ball back. Comes across this left-hand side to Trippier. Goes back inside to Rice. Rice hits the ball out to Saka, who's got a bit of space. He's double-teamed again, though. He's got a runner who is Walker. He's going outside his man. But there's two of them on him. Eventually they win the ball back off him. Menu manages to intercept the clearance. He gives it to Walker outside. He's going to put a right foot cross in. No, he turns it inside to Rice. Rice, a left-footed cross. But Harry Kane's beaten to the ball in the middle. Foden wins the header. Mainu gets it across to Rice. England still putting pressure on. Harry Kane, he miscontrols it and loses the ball. Slovakians have picked it up. Pecker misplaces a pass and Rice picks it up on the left-hand side, deep inside the Slovakian half. Mainu has it. He goes across to Stones. Stones has got Walker wide. He gets it, does Walker. Saka to Foden. Foden's looking to put a ball across. Goes to Bellingham, who manages to get the ball, but he's challenged. The ball only drops in front of him, and Dubravka's quickly out to pick it up. Just showing that disallowed goal, the offside goal, and Foden's half a step in front of Trippier as he plays the ball across to him. Ball's played down the England right hand side. Stones has the ball there. Does well to keep hold of it as he's challenged. Mainu plays it back to Pickford. Pickford's going to give it to Stones on the right again as they come forward. A bit more agency in England's play, but that's another misplaced pass that the Slovakians have picked up in the middle. They tried to play a ball through, but there was no one near it, and Gehi plays it to Trippier, to Rice, who comes on the inside. He gives it to Mainu, goes across to Stones as it goes across to the right. Rice comes short for it, plays it full to Bellingham. He's got a bit of space in front of him. As he drifts across to the left, brings it into the right again. Plays a pass inside to Rice. Mainu gets out to the left to Trippier on the edge of the box. He's going to put a right-footed cross in. But it's cleared. Looks like Bellingham took a bit of a bang there. But he's getting up now. As Mainu gets the ball, plays it across to the left again. Another cross. No, Mainu gets the ball in the middle. Rice. Back to Mainu. Mainu comes inside. He's running into the box now and he's fouled just outside the edge of the box. Good play by Mainu. Running direct at them. Draws a foul just on the edge of the box. Trippier lining this up. It's a yard outside the edge of the box. Just to the goalkeeper's right. Trippier standing over it. With Foden there, so it's either going to be a right-footed shot from Trippier or a left-footer from Foden. Slovakians have the wall set up and the draft excluder as well. Can England make anything of this? Foden's going to take it. He chips it over and straight into the wall. Trippier has to go back to retrieve the ball. Plays the ball right across, looking for Saka. It's too deep and it goes for a dead ball. Poor ball, that one. Poor effort by Foden. Straight into the wall. Some substitutions by Slovakia. Haraslin and Strelec are coming off. And Strelec's doing his best to slow the game down by feigning cramp. players on are Suslov and Bozeknik. The Slovakians are slowing the game down whenever they can. And with less than 30 minutes to go, you can't blame them. English substitutions warming up. Eze, Gallagher. And no Cole Palmer. Surprising. Long ball from the dead ball. Headed forward to Harry Kane. Saka. Bellingham. It's tight in there. There's not much space, but he managed to chip a ball forward, but Foden's not going to get there before the keeper. And balls it out to the right. He's lost control of that. I think that's Trippier who's down there. After that 50-50 ball, it looks like, is it Trippier? Dubravka sportingly throws the ball out. It is Trippier that's down, holding his right leg. Yeah, that was a poor challenge, that. Pekarik. He got the ball from Dubravka, started to run out into the space in front of him, just kicked it a bit too far. Trippier took it off him, and he took Trippier out. It should have been a free kick to England and a booking for him, and again isn't. Trippier would have felt that. That was a nasty challenge, that. Yeah, Trippier had chipped the ball past him, and Pekarik just took Trippier out. And he's feeling his knees, Trippier. That was an awful challenge. Is that Cole Palmer getting? Yeah, Cole Palmer looks like he might be coming on. But he's got less than 30 minutes. Again, Southgate being slow to react. Should have been on for the full second half. Don't know who's coming off. Anyway, Harry Kane throws the ball back to Dubravka in the Slovakia goal. He rolls it out to the left-hand side. They're playing a long ball that Rice has cut out in the middle of the pitch. Bellingham picks it up and comes forward. But he's lost it. He's tackled. Slovakia come forward. Down this right-hand side, a couple of passes interchanged. Now they've found a bit of space to go across to the left-hand side. But there's space there to get a cross in. It's held up in the middle there. It comes out to the edge of the box. Someone takes a swing at the ball. Rice is booted, but I think he's got up and said, I'm fine. He was booted, yeah. Luckily, that was on his shin pad. Brave by Rice. He knew he was going to get clattered there. So Palmer's coming on for Trippier. He's got 25 minutes to make a difference. He should have been on for 45 minutes. He should have been on from the start. Saka's been moved across to the left by the looks of things. Palmer will have gone across to the right. Gehi has the ball. He plays it across to right on this left-hand side. Across to the right. Palmer gets his first touch of the ball. Back to Walker. Back to Stones. Walker makes a run but is not seen. Mino has it. Again, he's got nothing in front of him. He has to go backwards to Stones. Mino has it. To Walker. To Palmer. He's going backwards. Comes inside. Gets it across to Gehi, but he's immediately under pressure. He's knocked over and he gets the free kick. Free kick goes to Menu, to Stones, to Menu. He tries to play a ball forward, but it's intercepted. Ricochet goes all the way to Pickford, who picks the ball up. Stones to Menu, back to Stones, to Walker. Walker to Bellingham, inside to Menu. Cross to Rice, to Saka. Back to Rice. He plays the ball across the right hand side where Cole Palmer's in a lot of space. He brings the ball down. Looks to put a ball across. It's a good ball as well. The ball's nodded out for a corner while Duda has been laid down for the last couple of minutes on the floor. Again, as soon as the referee gets anywhere near him, he gets up and runs off. Again, it's just a matter of them feigning injury to slow the game down. As soon as the ref came across to him, he got up and ran off. Anyway, it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger from Foden. In it comes. Didn't beat the man at the front post. He heads it away. Meno goes up and challenges for the ball. But the Slovakians have cleared it down the right-hand side of England. Picks it back up and Cole Palmer picks it back up. He gets it down the line to Foden. Foden got the chance to attack a man, but he's double teamed. So he comes inside to Rice. Rice going across, pressurised. Gives it to Foden again. He's on the edge of the box. He flicks a cross in, but it's too deep and just runs out for a dead ball. Looking for Harry Kane, but it was well over his head. Dubravka taking his time with this. Pekarik miscontrols on the right hand side and the ball goes out for an England throw on the halfway line. Ball goes back to Gehi, who plays it back to Pickford. He gives it out to Stones. Back across to Gehi. Man comes across to pressurise him, so he plays it into the middle. Harry Kane picks the ball up in the middle. He's got Cole Palmer on his right hand side. Eventually gives it to him. Cole Palmer's got a chance to attack. He puts a ball across. Bellingham gets it. There's no foul, but he manages to get the ball back out to Meno again. Out to the right to Cole Palmer from Rice. Meno has it on the right hand side. He puts a ball deep into the box. Dubravka comes and takes, and there was no challenge because it was too deep. And it was an easy catch for Dubravka. Dubravka plays the ball long. It's picked up on the left hand side by Hanko. He comes back inside. Lobotka plays it back, and England are pressure, and then going back even further, back to Dubravka. Harry Kane puts some pressure on, and he drives the ball out. Walker gets the header. England pick the ball up. The ball goes back to Pickford, and then quickly out to Gehi, and plays it across to Stones. Stones is pulled at as he tries to make his way forward. There's no foul given. Rice comes forward now. Gives it to Saka. Saka has to come inside and give it back to Rice again. Rice goes all the way across to Cole Palmer, who brings it down. Inside to Menu. He's running forward as he goes across to Rice. Foden has it, comes back inside again as there was nothing down the left-hand side. Rice checks and comes inside. Menu. Back to Rice. There's nowhere to go. It's all tight. Back to Rice. Inside to Bellingham. To Saka. To Rice. Bellingham wants it again. He checks and comes down the left-hand side. He's attacking that byline. He's got a bit of chance to cross. He comes inside, gets on his right foot, chips one across, but it's headed out. Menu was beaten to the second ball. Goes across to Gehi, who plays it to Stones and down the line to Walker. He comes back inside, does Walker, and gives it to Stones again. Stones to Foden. Cole Palmer has it, comes inside. Gets it to Gehi. He can come across to Bellingham. Bellingham give it to Rice on the inside. He tries to put the pass along, but it's deflected and picked up. And there's another Slovakian down holding his ankle. He tried to make a challenge on Cole Palmer there and just twisted his ankle a bit there. This is what the Slovakians want. With 17 minutes left. Any chance to slow the game down and take the momentum out of it is exactly what they want. Southgate's on the touchline there, giving plenty of instructions, but it's looking a bit desperate. I think a few of the substitutions there just taking a chance to warm up a bit, but that'll be one of the tactics of the Slovakians again, to slow the game down by making a few substitutions. It was an England throw, but they've had to throw the ball back all the way to Dubravka. Harry Kane putting a bit of pressure on him. Cole Palmer, as the ball's played out to the right, and England are squeezing, but they've managed to get the ball through of Slovakia. It's on the left-hand side. It's played into the middle. To the right to Pekarik. He's got a bit of space in front of him. He plays it out to the right-hand side to Schranz. He comes back inside. England have got back into position now and the ball's going backwards. England having to push up to win this ball back because they're just passing it amongst themselves at the moment to waste time. With 15 minutes left, England have really got to show some urgency now, put some pressure on them. They can't just go out with a whimper. They've really got to show some determination now, because this again has been poor. Pickford comes out to a ball that's played down the right hand side and picks it up before the attacker. Lays it straight out to Gehi, who plays it across to Stones. Drifting across to the right hand side there. But he has to come inside because there's no movement for him again. Give it to Rice. Rice getting the ball deep. Gahey, he has to go forward, looking for the runner. It's Bellingham who's making the run. The ball is cut out, but it's only been cut out in possession of Palmer. The ball's thrown forward as Bellingham picks the ball up. Looks like he's been fouled, but he's not been given anything just yet. And they come away with it. Now that looked like a foul on Bellingham there. They've just driven it forward into the England half. None of their players anywhere near it. Saka has it now down on the left. He plays it inside to Foden. Foden immediately got 2 and 3 around him. He's fouled. Looks like there might be a yellow card here. Yellow card for I don't know who. Oh, it's Pekarik. So England have a free kick on the left-hand side, deep inside the Slovakian half. Foden's going to take this. Left-hand free kick into the box. It's deep. It's a free header for Harry Kane. And he's put it wide on the 6-yard box. A free header. And he's headed it wide. And that was England's chance. And he's put it a yard wide. He had all the goal to aim at. Harry Kane. Can't believe it. He headed it down and wide. And that was England's chance at the equaliser. And like against France in the World Cup in Qatar, Harry Kane misses the chance to put us equal. Was that our chance? Are we going to rue that opportunity? The ball's in the middle now, being picked up by the Slovakians who aim it forward again. Gahey picks the ball up. He's running forward. Gives it to Mainu, who's running now. Running deep into the half there. He's got Foden in front of him and Bellingham just to his left. He gives it to Bellingham. Is Bellingham going to put a left foot cross in? He does, but it's too close to Bravka. And he takes an easy catch. How long does it take him? The referee's saying, come on, and he isn't. Anyway, he kicks it out of his hands. Rice wins the header. Gahey wins the second ball. Ball is bouncing around and nobody's got it under control at the moment. Gahey was being held, but the referee's given advantage to Walker as he goes down on the right hand side. Cole Palmer has it. Inside to Rice. He's looking across to this left hand side to Saka, who brings it under control. He comes inside to Foden. He's pressurised, but he managed to get inside to Rice, who puts the ball across, looking for Cole Palmer, but it's intercepted. Mino gets a foot to the ball, but can't prevent Slovakia picking up. But Saka comes back as the ball's hit across to the right hand side on Slovakia's side. He cuts the ball out and plays it out to Pickford, who gets it all the way across to his, England right hand side where Cole Palmer has the ball. He has to come inside to Walker. Palmer gets the ball back again. He gives it to Foden. To Saka on the edge of the box on the left hand side. He's got a chance to attack. He doesn't. He tries to put a cross in, but it's blocked. Rice has it. He goes for a long shot and it hits the post. And Harry Kane with a follow-up shot that hits into the ground that bounces over the top of the bar. It's a great shot by Rice, and Harry Kane falling over as he tried to put the rebound in, hits the ball into the ground and it bounces over the bar. And England again have missed a gilt-edged opportunity there, and it's Harry Kane again. Another chance goes begging. And England have done everything but score this second half. Dubravka, the goalkeeper, was beaten by Rice's shot. It was a good shot. Hit his right hand post as he dived across to his right. It bounced out into the middle of the goal where Harry Kane put it over the bar. Stones has the ball. He plays it out to the right hand side to Walker, who just goes over the halfway line. He's challenged, but he managed to get away. Unfortunate with the rebound that hits his hand and then goes out for a throw, and it's a Slovakian throw just on the halfway line on their left hand side, the England right. The ball's thrown in, but England pick the ball up, and Rice gets it back to Pickford. He gives it to Stones, who can turn and go forward. Inside to Menu. Across to Gehi. He's got Rice and Saka, but he goes to the opposite side. Across to Cole Palmer, who brings it down beautifully. Gets the throw, which he takes quickly. It goes across. Went across to Walker. He put it on the inside, but it was a poor pass, and it's picked up by Slovakia. And they're coming back down the left-hand side now. Walker's out of position, but he manages to get back. The ball was played through. Rice went with his runner, managed to cover the run as it went through into the penalty box. It's eventually played out to Walker on the right-hand side. He goes inside to Stones. Stones is being covered, and he's lost the ball. It was a bit tight, but the referee's given a free kick for a chop at his legs as he tried to go forward. Looks like Eze is coming on now. Menu goes off. He hasn't had a bad game, hasn't Menu? In a difficult situation, he's been as good as anybody else. But with 6.5 minutes to go, it's desperate now. Saka has the ball, but he's got men in front of him and can't go anywhere. He has to go backwards to Gehi. He plays it inside to Eze, who gets his first touch. He comes across the field to the right to Walker, to Cole Palmer, but he gives the ball away. But then wins it back between him and Bellingham. Eze comes away with the ball. I think he went to have a shot, then changed his mind and did neither and lost the ball, but it's been picked up again by Bellingham. Bellingham tries to go around his outside of his man. He's been fouled, and the free kick's been given. Good play by Bellingham, because the guy had him by the shirt collar and pulled him down. Foden's the only man stood over this ball, and it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger. The crowd are looking desperate now, very, very nervous. 6.5 minutes to go, plus any stoppage time. Dubravka's just lining up his two-man wall. In comes the free kick. And it's too long. Dubravka punches it back out. It goes back to Foden, who heads it back to Walker. He gives it back to Foden again. Foden down the line. Cross put into Harry Kane on the edge of the box. He tries to give it to Ebericha, but it's short, and the Slovakians come away with the ball on the halfway line. They try to put a ball on the inside, but that's cut out by Stones and then played across to Walker. He plays it inside to Rice. Foden going across. He plays a ball to Cole Palmer, who wins the throw on the right hand side, level with the edge of their box. He plays it back to Walker. and then back to Palmer, who looks to get a left-footed cross in, which he does, but it's headed out of the box. Gearhey wins the ball. He gives it across to Palmer again, looks to cross again. He gets it inside to Harry Kane. No, he doesn't. It's intercepted. Slovakia try to come across to the right-hand side, England's left, but there's no one there, and Eze picks the ball up. He gives it inside to Rice. Rice didn't know what to do with it, and he ended up giving a poor pass to Foden that's cut out. And Slovakia are coming away on this right-hand side. Saka comes back to slow the play down. He plays it inside to the inside right channel. It's picked up on the edge of the box. There's a shot that goes straight at Pickford. He saves it easy enough and then gets the ball rolling straight out to Walker. It's given inside to Foden and then across to Cole Palmer. Back to Walker. England going backwards again. With just a couple of minutes to go, England are not finding the movement forward. Saka just over the halfway line on the left-hand side. Plays it inside to Bellingham. Bellingham to Rice. Across to Stones, who's moving forward. Gets out to Palmer on the right-hand side. Goes inside to Foden. Foden tries to pick a man out. There was no man there where he put it. And Lobotka puts it out for a corner. I think Foden's gone to take this. It'll be another left-footed in-swinger. And everybody's in there. Ball comes in. It's a high cross. Bellingham gets it there, but Dubravka beats him to it. The ball is headed back in again by Eze. And then as Eze challenges for the ball that's headed out, he's penalised. And Dubravka is injured now. What a surprise. Eze just had his hands in the back of the defender there. I mean, Dubravka's gone down like he's been shot by a sniper in the crowd. And really nobody touched him. Last minute and a half of normal time. Will England get one more chance? Will they get one more chance and can they take it? Dubravka drives it forward from the free kick. It's played forward, flicked on by Bellingham. Harry Kane is pushed in the back. He can't reach the ball. And the ball is going backwards and it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Dubravka, who puts his foot through it straight away. But it's gone out for an England throw on this left-hand side. Saka takes it. Throws it to Gearhey. Gearhey turns his man and gives it back to Saka. Gearhey again. He'll go across to Stones. Walker and Palmer on the right-hand side. Goes to Palmer. Foden goes on the inside. Doesn't get the ball as Palmer comes on the inside. Runs at his man and takes him on. Tries to play a ball through. Just hits the defender. And then they just lump it forward. Stones wins the header. Pickford comes out of his ball to pick the loose ball up. And he's going to drive it forward. All the way across to Palmer. Is he going to make it? No, it's not going to get there. And there's space on the right-hand side now. But I think they're going to take it into the corner and they're going back and he's gone back so badly to Pekaric that it's gone out for a throw-in to England. And England underway again with Harry Kane. Harry Kane plays it out to Palmer, but the ball was behind him and has lost a bit of momentum there. So it goes to Stones. Then to Rice, who was immediately pressurised. Gearhey has the ball. To Stones. To Rice. To Saka. Eze on the overlap. He spins round his man and goes past him and goes to the byline. Gets a cross in that hits the defender and goes out for a corner. And Pekaric has been hitting the Pekaric. He wasn't, he was hitting the stomach. But he's feigning injury in that sort of area. And he realises he's getting no sympathy. He gets straight up and is back in position. Eze is going to take the right-footed in-swinger. Comes in now. Dubravka gets a punch. Goes deep to the corner flag. Foden has it. And he's let the ball go out. And Slovakia have a throw right next to the corner flag. As we go into 6 minutes of extra time, which a minute and a bit's gone already. And they're not rushing to take this throw. Goes down the line. Palmer won it. It's been lumped forward to the halfway line where Gehi picks it up. Pickford very deep, almost on the halfway line. He's going to drive it forward towards Foden. Rice went up for the ball, actually won the ball, but he couldn't do anything with that, and that's just gone for a dead ball. He won the header, but what was he ever going to do with a ball like that? It just hit his head and was only going to go one way for a dead ball. There's another man being shot. It's the goal scorer, Schwanz. He's going off. The referee's saying to him, stop clapping and get off. Guyumba coming on. And that's just wasted another minute. Three minutes to go. Can England carve up one more chance? Can they save their tournament? Or are they coming home tomorrow? Ball comes on the inside. It's headed forward by Rice, but only to a defender. Foden picks the ball up. He's looking down the left-hand side. Turns inside. Saka. Foden. He has to go backwards. The ball goes out for a throw to England near the corner flag on the England right-hand side. Walker's going to take it. And England are going to bring Ivan Toney on. And they're going to take Phil Foden off. They really haven't given Ivan Toney much chance, have they? With 2 minutes to go, what's he going to do? If he sticks this next one in, then I take back everything I said. Walker with the throw. Long throw into the box. Ball doesn't beat the first man. Rice tries to turn it back in. Defender puts it out back for the throw in the same place that Walker took the first one. And it's going to be another long throw. And in it comes. England win the first ball. And it's put in and England have scored! And Bellingham has scored! An overhead kick in the last second and England have equalised. And has Bellingham saved our tournament? What a perfect finish. And all from Walker's throw. The throw, we won the first header this time instead of missing it every time. And Bellingham has done a scissor kick into the goal and we have equalised. England have saved their bacon. And what a great finish. A low bicycle kick by Bellingham. And maybe he's the only one in this team that could have saved our necks. And he has done. Boom, boom, bravo, says Hair 23. And exactly, I couldn't have put it better myself. We've saved our necks and maybe we can go on to win this now. Maybe it's the turning point of our tournament. The ball's drilled forward now. The Slovakians have it on the halfway line. With Ivan Toney on as well, we've got well, time's up anyway. Time's up by 30 seconds. And it looks like we're going to go into extra time. And who would have thought that? I was just saying that. Can we create one more chance and can anyone take it? And Jude Bellingham has done. Saka hits it forward. It comes to Harry Kane. Harry Kane brings it under control. And then he's robbed as he dallied on the ball, took his time. Slovakians play it forward, deep. And is that it? Is that full time? It would appear that it is. And England have saved their bacon and we're going to get 30 more minutes of added time. Have England saved themselves? Can they go on to win this game now? We don't want penalties. Everybody's congratulating Bellingham, and quite rightly too. He's saved England's tournament. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. I was convinced with a minute or two to go that we were out, and then Bellingham comes out with a bit of brilliance like that. It was exactly the same one that Harry Kane had missed early on, where he'd hit it into the ground and over the bar. Bellingham caught it perfectly. And I think everything will go against the Slovakians in this second half because they brought a lot of defenders on just to hold what they had. And now all of a sudden, they've got to go forward to try and win this game. They can't just settle for penalties because England might pick them off, because the last 15 or 20 minutes was all England. And we were unlucky at times not to score. We hit the post. Get your comments in, guys, if you want. Do you think we can do it now? We're going into extra time. Are you feeling a bit more confident? I am. I think we can go on to win this now. Like I say, it don't matter how you win it, as long as you win it. We can worry about the next game once we've won this one. This was a difficult one to start, and we've always said that the Slovakians would put a lot of men behind the ball and trying to hit us on the break, which is exactly what they did. But we've showed a bit of character in this second half. Could have scored 2 or 3 goals in the second half, but got one in the last minute from Jude Bellingham. Imagine what a lift that is to the team. What a boost to the confidence that is now. The Slovakians will be feeling really down because they thought they'd won it. The fans thought they'd won it. And to have it stolen off you right at the last second is a real blow. Let's go on to win it now. We don't want to have to go to penalties. I never feel confident if it goes to penalties. Come on, England. Let me know in the comments how many of you thought that we had lost. How many thought that we were out. Guess we don't have to watch the Spain game. We can watch half an hour more of England. Oh man, it don't kick off at 8 o'clock, does it? So I've got time to watch that. I'll enjoy that Spain game more if we're through to the next round to play Switzerland. Really will enjoy it more then. Thanks for staying with us today. Hit that like button if you can, just to help this channel grow. And the subscribe button really does help the channel more than you would know. If you want to see more of these live watch-alongs, then please hit the subscribe button and the notice bell, so you'll be informed of when our next ones are. Anyway, the teams are lined up again for this first half of extra time. England to kick off this first half. Ivan Toney on as well. They can afford to get a few balls into that box. He'll be looking forward to that. You fancy Ivan Toney to score a goal in this second half. Come on, England, let's do it now. It's punched forward to Ivan Toney. He wins the ball. It's flicked inside back to him by Saka. Ivan Toney has the ball right, and he's pushed over right in the corner. That's a free kick, and a stupid free kick. Right next to the corner flag on the England right-hand side. Just pushed him over. Just what England wanted, be able to get a ball back into the box. Cole Palmer's going to go across to take it, so he's going to swing one in with his left foot. Can he pick out an England head? The ball comes in. It's deep. Dubravka punches it. It's hit straight back in by Eze. And Harry Kane! Harry Kane scores with an header at the back post, and we've taken the lead. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. We take the lead. My throat's going. After being second best for all of this game, suddenly we've pinched it. And it was Ivan Toney, as the ball was hit back into the box by Eze. It came to Ivan Toney. He flicked it across with his head, and Harry Kane was at the back post unchallenged to just head it past the keeper. So the substitution of Ivan Toney has paid off immediately.
What did I say to you? And I too, for England.
You did, didn't you? Yeah, you said so. Yeah, that's right. Bellingham celebrating. The manager celebrating. What can the Slovakians come back with now? They've got to come out. That will open the game up. They can't lose this 2-1 and expect anything but going home from this. They've got to play out. That's going to play into England's hands now. At last, England found a bit of momentum, a bit of skill. They've got to come out. They've got to now. And England can pick them off on the break. They play a long ball forward to the right-hand side. Eze is covering his man as he forces him backwards, almost to the halfway line. It does come to the halfway line in the centre circle, and then it's swept across to the left. But England are in a good shape at the moment, and they're forcing the Slovakians backwards. But they don't want to sit back. They want to go for more goals, England. Don't want to sit back and give them a chance. Ball goes down to the line. Looks like it was just kept in. Stones gets the ball. It drives it straight at the Slovakian attacker, and it rebounds off him for a dead ball. He's gone down like his shot, but it only hit him on the leg. Showing that goal again. Dubravka punched the ball out. Eze hit it back in. It went across to Ivan Toney, who knocked it into Harry Kane's path, and he's just nodded it into an empty goal. I'm glad for Harry Kane that he scored because he's had a hard time here so far. But all of a sudden, he's got his second goal and possibly a winner. And the England fans are bouncing now. I bet before the equaliser by Bellingham, they were ready to throw more cups. Throw more cups at Southgate. It's not the same now. Long kick forward by Pickford. Ivan Toney goes up and wins it. Second ball, he wins the second ball as well. Harry Kane gets it, plays it across to Saka. He's got to wait for the ball to come down, and the defender, well, another defender who's been shot by a sniper. They're going to have no team left in a minute. And maybe Harry Kane had his foot up slightly as Srinaar went down. Southgate looking about changing tactics. Coming up to 5 minutes of extra time gone. Dubravka is going to take this free kick and he's going to launch it deep. He doesn't, he plays it short. It's England who are dropping deep. Slovakians are playing it around a bit, but Walker gets his foot in. Breaks the play up as it goes back into the Slovakian half. Looking to come down this left-hand side again, but Tony's putting the pressure on. He's working hard. The Slovakians are being forced backwards as they run into the centre circle now, looking for a pass forward, but it has to go out to the right and then back inside. Looking for a long ball, but there isn't any at the moment. It comes across to the left-hand side. Ball's played forward, but it's lost. Saka had the ball, but he's lost it again. It's on the edge of our penalty box now. Slovakians looking to put a bit of pressure on. They go backwards. Cross into centre field. Cole Palmer puts some pressure on. The ball comes out to the left. The ball is put in across, but Saka gets in the way of it and deflects it. Rice runs it out, brings it inside on the dead ball line, and then drills one down the line to Tony. Tony has been held and dragged over and gets the free kick just inside the England half. Well, that's just a karate throw. It just got him round his chest and just threw him to the floor. England just taking their time, just settling down. Pickford's come up to the halfway line to take this. He drills it high towards Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney gets the ball, plays it back to Eze, and then to Bellingham, then to Ivan Toney, and to Eze. He comes inside, avoiding the tackle, plays it across to Walker. Walker puts the ball to Saka on this side. Harry Kane gets it in the middle. He plays a ball across it, doesn't reach. He was looking for Eze on the left-hand side, but it's cut out. Was never going to get there. And Slovakia picked the ball up. And England are backing off. They don't want to sit back on a 2-1 lead. They want to go for the jugular and win this two or three goals. Beginning to sit deep, which is exactly what we don't want. All of a sudden, Slovakia are seeing a lot of the ball. Ball's gone back to Dubravka, and he's plays it down the right-hand side. There's a runner down the right-hand side, but Gehi wins the header. Rice picks it up. It goes back to Eze. Gehi plays it back to Pickford. And he's going to drill the ball down the left-hand side for Tony. It's over his head. And goes all the way back to the box. They move it across to the left-hand side. Is it Sweet Caroline time? Not yet, Hair 23, but let's hope it is. Ball goes across to the right-hand side, but Eze is there, wins the header. Inside, a bit of space on the edge of our box. All of a sudden, England crowd around him and he has to go backwards. Further back and then across to the left. Srinath, he plays the ball inside left position, goes out to the wing where the ball put a ball in, but Pickford comes out and catches that easily. And quite rightly just says to him, calm down, take your time, don't panic. Stop sitting so deep. Let's get forward and put the pressure on them by attacking them. Ivan Toney wants it up front, he's saying, get it to my head. Pickford plays the long ball out of his hands, very deep. Tony's after it, but Dubravka's going to get it. One bounce into his hands from that goal kick. Ball's picked up in the middle. Rice has it. Kane. Kane goes back to Gehi. He's going to turn and give it back to Pickford. And this worries me, this. Sitting deep like this now, inviting the Slovakians on. Stones just sat there with it at his feet. And the Slovakians are putting the press on. Gehi has it, but he has to give it back to Pickford. This is not the way to go, England. We should be looking for another one. 3 and 4-1, not a 2-1 win and hold our breaths every time the Slovakians come forward. Pickford still has it. He gives it out to the right to Stones and to Walker. Walker drills it deep. There's nobody there. It's a free header and they knock it back to Dubravka. Dubravka picks it up and immediately comes out of his box with it. Lays it across to the left to Srinath. He's walking pace, plays it across to his right. England are sat deep in their own half. I don't like this. Srinath coming forward again. On the left-hand side. Taking Cole Palmer on. He's gone past him. Saka gets his foot in. Prevents the ball from going for a corner. Puts it out for a throw. Harry Kane trying to put some pressure on as the ball goes backwards. It's gone to Srinath again. Deep inside our half. It goes a bit further back towards the halfway line. And he's moved across to the right. Comes across to Srinath on the left again. He puts the ball into the penalty area that Pickford comes way out of his box for. Takes a good catch. Dominating the box there, just what you want your keeper to do. He came deep for that one and made a good catch. And all his defenders are saying to him, well done. You want your goalkeeper to do that. You want him to dominate the box. Harry Kane saying, get out wide, not the middle, get out wider. Looks like he was given a free kick, was Pickford, for that challenge on him as he took the catch. So he takes the kick long, plays it down the left-hand side. Bellingham goes up, but doesn't win the header. And the ball's booted forward straight away. We've got it on left-hand side. Walker's trying to put pressure on. Saka as well. Ball was played to the right-hand side of our box. The attacker slipped and they were trying to claim a free kick as if Eze had knocked him down. He didn't touch him. And now Cole Palmer's away. He gets the ball. Saka is falling over in the box. Cole Palmer had a chance as he came into the box there to have a go. He didn't. Bellingham puts the ball out for a throw. Slovakia have the ball again as they play it to the halfway line. Cole Palmer challenges and wins the ball, but the referee says that was a free kick. Don't see how. Maybe just stood on his foot. Did get the ball, but maybe caught his foot. Palmer wasn't convinced, but the free kick's been taken. It comes out to his left-hand side. Hanko is there. England sit deep again. Ball's played into the box. It's played backwards. Oh, there's a shot. There's a shot that's going wide. And Eze is marking a man at the back. Don't think that the number 2 there could see what was going on, but the ball hit his knee at the back post and went high over the bar. Eze was in front of him, was probably blocking his view. Otherwise, he may have been able to turn that in, and this is the problem with England sitting this deep. They've scored the second goal and sitting deep, like they've done before, and we've seen them lose goals this way. Get at the Slovakians now. Get that third goal. Ball is knocked back by Stones to Pickford. One minute of extra to go in this first 15. Pickford drives the ball forward. Harry Kane's going to make a challenge for it, but it doesn't win the ball. Ivan Toney wins the second ball. Cole Palmer plays it out to the right to Saka. Saka comes inside on his left foot. Plays the ball to Cole Palmer again. He's on the edge of the box. He gets it to Rice. Goes across to Eze. He plays it inside to Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney gives the ball away. But that's the end of the first half. And as good as it is that England are in the lead for this second half, they're sitting deep, and I don't like that. "15 minutes to go. Can we do it? Both teams are going to be tired. But please don't sit deep and invite them on, because they had a chance late in that second half. Get forward, attack them, get that third goal, kill the game off. Don't mess about. Don't give them extra chances, because they will create a chance. Southgate should be telling them, don't sit deep, don't invite them on, get forward, kill them off. Well, the ball's in their half, in their box. They're not going to score in ours. Is Southgate going to end up too defensive and give this game away again? We shall see. What's your thoughts for this second half? Let us know what you think. We've got a couple of minutes before the players come back on again. Hey, 23, what do you think? Is that it?
Is it finished?
15 minutes to go.
What is that? What are you doing now?
Extra time. It's half time in extra time. Another 15 minutes to go. Are they bringing Conor Gallagher on? Possibly so. Harry Kane going round giving words of encouragement to the whole team. I think it's Harry Kane that's actually gone off. That's why he's doing that. Yeah, Harry Kane's gone off and Conor Gallagher's come on. But again, that tells you that England are going to be defensive in this second half. I know they need to show the middle up a bit because they were getting a bit of possession with Slovakia, but that's going to invite them on, isn't it? Or am I wrong? We shall see. Slovakia to kick off this last 15 minutes. The game gets underway. All the way across on the England right hand side, but the ball goes out and England get the throw. It's like Walker's going to take it. It's deep in the England half. They're going to go forward with it. Long throw that Tony wins the header, but it goes out and Slovakia have the throw just inside their own half. The ball goes backwards. Ball's played forward 10 yards. Ivan Toney pressurising the ball. There's a bit of space in the centre now as the Slovakians come forward. Ball comes deep. A bit of a shot there that was scuffed. The ball deflects off John Stones and Pickford dives on it before it goes out for a corner. Pickford plays it short to Stones. He goes deep into the middle to Ivan Toney, who gets a nudge in the back. But it's play on. Slovakians have the ball. It's coming up to the halfway line, crossing the halfway line now. Running forward, a ball played inside that's cut out by Bellingham. Ivan Toney has the ball. He plays it inside to Conor Gallagher, who goes back to Walker. Walker to Saka, plays it across to Stones, to Gehi. Goes across to the right to Stones. He dinks one forward, but there's not to any England player. And Slovakia pick the ball up halfway inside England half. Conor Gallagher gets a foot in. The ball goes backwards to the halfway line, but it's picked up by Slovakia again. An exchange of passes in the centre, but Rice gets his foot in. Eze gets the ball just inside the England half. Goes round his man, and then his body checked. And Suslo gets a booking for that. Quite rightly too. Oh no, it's Vavro, not Suslo. Looks like Eze felt that one. He's still down. Pekarik's gone off and Tupaz come on. Free kick that looks like... is it Gehi's going to take it, or is... Surely Pickford's not going to come that now. Gehi's the man stood over it. He plays it into the middle to Ivan Toney, but he's beaten to the ball. Ball came out to Walker in the middle, but his misplaced pass has been picked up by Slovakia. Just in the centre circle now going forward. Ball is played into the middle, but it's picked up by Conor Gallagher. He wins the ball, but then is given a free kick away. And Conor Gallagher says, I never touched him. And he probably didn't. But this is in another dangerous area, and England are just... They're asking for this. They're asking for the equaliser because they're laying off, and all of a sudden they're inviting the Slovakians onto them, and they're coming because they've got to. And this is down to Southgate's tactics again. We've seen this in previous games, and this is ridiculous. When we scored that second goal, we had all the momentum, and we should have gone for the juggler, and we haven't. And now look what's happening. A free kick, 10 yards outside our box, central. Pickford's lining his wall up. Ball's played in, it's dinked high over the bar, and safety bar tucked her. He was trying to kill one into the corner, but he got his foot right underneath that, and that was a good 2 or 3 yards over the bar. Pickford's going to take the dead ball. Is that Bellingham that's gone off there as well? I've just taken him off. Looks like Concert has come on left back. I think it's Concert. Ball's given away to Ivan Toney, but he gets it caught underneath his feet. Tries to win the ball back and has given away a free kick. Just couldn't bring it under control, Ivan Toney, and he wasn't under pressure. Ben Esler, number 11, is going to take the free kick. Played onto the right hand side, but Eze is there and heads it out for a throw. Vavro is going to take the throw. He gives it back to Barrow. Looks like he's going to line up a long throw. Ball is tried to play in. It looks like it's another throw. Is it going to be a long throw this time? Yes, it is. Rice doesn't win it. Tries to, but he wants to hook it out, but it's come back to the edge of the area, and they've put it back in again. This time Walker gets the ball out. Gallagher's putting a bit of pressure on, so is Ivan Toney. The ball's coming out to the right hand side now. Eze comes to meet him. Left-footed cross in. Walker gets a good call from Pickford, lets the ball go, and it goes for a dead ball. Swung in with the left foot, curling, but it was too far over everybody. And Pickford must have given Walker a call. He just lets it run past his chest, and England relieves some of the pressure. How's your nerves, guys? I think I've just about run out of mine. The ball's pumped up into the centre for Tony, who goes up for a header, and he's penalised. A free kick to Slovakia. They come down to the right. Ball's played into the middle, but John Stones has an easy header. He puts it into Rice, who plays it across to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer out to Conter on this side. He goes back to Gahey, who plays it across to Stones, is in our box now. He goes across to Walker. Walker's getting pressurised. It's going to have to be driven out by Stones, which it is. Ivan Toney must have been bundled in the back in the centre circle, and he is done. And it's a free kick to England. And Guyomba is booked for that. Pretty poor challenge. He's got him round his shoulders and just drags him down. England just want to take the sting out of the game now. England fans are happier now, but I'm sure they're feeling nervous just like me, because England has sat back again trying to play this game out, and that's not the way they should be doing it. The ball's played forward. Ivan Toney is up, wins the header. Rice wins the second ball. Eze picks it up near the corner flag on left hand side. He goes inside. The ball's taken off him. And he's brought forward. They play it inside. Slovakians coming forward now. They play a long ball. It's picked up in the inside left position. It goes back to the centre. England are back in position. It's played across to the right hand side. Eze comes out to challenge the ball. Gehi does. But the deflection favours the Ukrainians and it goes for a corner. And it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger. With 5 minutes to go, this has been a poor tactically by England for this extra time. Once they scored the second, the referee's just saying to all of them in the box, he's watching the pushing. Here comes the corner, left-footed in-swinger. Ivan Toney won it. Eze helps it on. It's going to bounce all the way down this left-hand side. Deep into the Slovakian half. Dubravka comes out to retrieve the ball. England are sat deep again. They're not even going to challenge for the ball until it comes into their half. It's played forward. It was a bit of a poor pass, but the deflection has favoured the Slovenians, and they still have it in the centre. England are getting deeper and deeper. It goes out to the right. There's space here for a left-footed cross. Konseg comes in and blocks the cross, and it goes out for a throw. Quickly taken by Barrow. The referee's going to make that be taken. He should have made it be taken because there was 2 balls on the pitch. There was 2 balls on the pitch. I don't know how the referee let that go, but he did. And it broke into the England penalty area where the shot was drilled into the side netting well wide of the goal, and England have a dead ball. And that's exactly what I was saying. The manager saying there was 2 balls on the pitch. But anyway, the game goes on. Pickford, a deep kick. Eze goes up for it but can't make it. Konsa drills the ball forward. Ivan Toney gets the nod on, but Cole Palmer can't reach that, and it goes back to Dubravka. He brings it out of his area with the ball at his feet. Doesn't drill it long, gives it short. It's being brought down the right hand side and then played into the middle, into the centre circle, and England are dropping very deep again. This time Conor Gallagher comes out to meet the ball, puts a bit of pressure on, but it goes across to the left hand side. Cole Palmer and Saka trying to close the ball down. Gallagher's doing a lot of chasing to try and close them down. He's forcing them backwards, but the rest of the England team are sitting off. Gallagher again doing a lot of chasing. But it comes all the way across this right hand side. Konsa comes out to challenge the ball. It's played inside. Gehi's there. Shadows the ball, but it's being put across to the back post. There's a header there that's won. But Walker makes the challenge and they can't keep the header under control and it goes out for a dead ball. It's a Hanko at the back post there, but because he was challenged, he couldn't do anything but head the ball high and wide for a dead ball. And with just a minute to go, plus a bit of injury time if there's any, the England fans are celebrating what looks like an unlikely win. Pickford drills it forward. Ivan Toney brings it down, but it doesn't get the deflection. It's played backwards and then brought forward out of defence. It's played out to the right-hand side again. Eze makes a challenge. The ball is brought back on the inside. going across, played into the middle. It's congested in the middle and it's pushed out to the right hand side. Got a chance to check inside and put a cross, which he does. The ball's loose in the area. Rice puts a challenge in, and then Conser plays it out. It doesn't go very far, but Tony plays it out to the right, and England have got a break on here, 2 against 2. It's Cole Palmer on the right hand side there. He puts the ball across to Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney with a shot, and he's just hit it over the bar. Just from the edge of the box there. And it must have only been a yard over the top of the bar. It was a lucky deflection that got it to Tony, but once he did, he created the space for himself, and it was only just over that corner of that crossbar and post. We've got 1 minute of extra time, and we're already 30 seconds into it. Conor Gallagher pressing high up the pitch. No one else is doing it. There's only him running up there. Ball comes out to the right again. We know this guy likes to come on the left foot. Sub low, I think it is. Conser is in there. Doesn't be able to block the cross though. There's a header, but it's a weak one. And by Hanco. And Pickford comes out and picks the ball up. And that's it. That's the final whistle, and England have won this one 2-1. An unlikely win, but they have won. It didn't look likely. With just a minute or so of injury time to go in that second half before Bellingham got us the equaliser, and then Harry Kane won it for us. And we lived to fight another day. Unfortunate for Slovakia, but we go through. Looks like there's a bit of pushing and shoving between the two teams at the end. Rice is involved in it. Ramsdale's just leading him away. I'm saying to him, we've won. Don't worry about it, we've won. Don't know what went on, but Suslov having a few words with Rice. I don't know what went on. Ah, the manager pushing Rice in the chest. The Slovakian manager wanted to have a word with the referee for some reason or another. Rice was about to shake hands with the referee. Slovakian manager pushed him in the chest. That's what upset Rice, and quite rightly so. But the England players are celebrating. Big smile on Harry Kane's face, shaking hands with everybody. And there we have it. Has anyone got any comments on that? We were a bit lucky, I suppose, but you make your own luck in this game, and we kept going and didn't stop, and just didn't like the way we sat back in the second half once we scored that second goal, the extra time. We invited them on, and we didn't need to do that. We should have gone for the jugular and stuck another couple in. We didn't, and we've got through it, but they did create chances. This time the England players are celebrating with the crowd. There's no cup throwing this time. Southgate hugging Trippier and everybody. They won't be throwing cups at them this time because we're through to the quarterfinals to face Switzerland on Saturday. So that's it, guys. That's the end of this live stream. It's been a tough one. So I thought we were out, and then we eventually pinch it. But we live to fight another day. We go through to the quarterfinals on Saturday against Switzerland with a chance to make it through the semi-finals. So I hope you'll be able to join me then for a live stream. But until then, thanks for joining me. So hopefully I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.